is day 16. Over the hump. So I just got back from the farmer's market. Got a ton of awesome veggies. I'm gonna make a real awesome meal later. Had a great smoothie and breakfast, avocado toast, and the smoothie was super good. It had like cold pressed juice that has super greens, ton of yummy stuff like that. We're actually running out of our super greens because we've been, we've had a big thing of super greens, spirulina, chlorella, moringa, all that, and like a vanilla plant-based protein. But we put it in every smoothie, and we've been doing that for a while. So, but like longer than October overhaul, we've had it for many months at this point. So we've got the big things of them, and we're like just about out of that. So we need to pick some more up. Finish off this month strong. Yeah, so yesterday I didn't really do a very long video. I just was, didn't have a lot of energy. And just really in a very peaceful place. But the day before, I didn't mention because I was just like mad chillin'. But the day before, microdosed. I'm thinking every 2 weeks would be a good regimen for a little while, for a couple of months. Just to take like a really small dose and just hyper focus, because it really allows me to, for one, I purge a lot. So I empty my stomach. I usually don't puke at all, but I will, have like, I'll poop a ton and pee a ton and just like really get it all out, and I won't have any appetite or anything. I prep with like a ton of water and only eating like fruits and veggies beforehand. So, or like a really good smoothie or something, So I eat really, really clean, no like bread or anything. And then, dose, drink tons of water, lots of juice or something. And so, like, I usually go through a purging process firsthand and, defecate, urinate, and, burp a lot, things like that. Maybe I'll have, like, a runny nose and I'll just, like, get all that out. And it's whatever the stress is at that point, because it'll manifest in different ways. And, it's always a purging process firsthand. And then once I get through that, it is, like, I'm fully in tune with myself. And, so then I hoop, I do yoga, I start to meditate, I start to really get in that mindset, put on really good music, very creative. Sometimes I'll make stuff, I'll maybe do a wire wrap, or do some hemp, draw pictures, do some artwork, journal. I usually end up doing a whole variance of different things creatively. So it really gets me clean in my sacred internal space in my mind. I'm really really aware and in tune with my thoughts and what I choose to think about. I almost always have it's very self-care centered. So I will usually let something go, one of the first times that I did LSD, I had a really transformative experience where I came to the conclusion that, I needed to forgive my father for some things. And the whole extent of the trip was pretty much centered around this, how I hold a lot of anger and resentment on my father. And at the time, I could be understanding, because of generational karma and things that he went through as a child, the way that he uh, ended up parenting me was not ultimately all his fault. And it does not mean, abuse gets written off as, like, that is not okay. Still not okay. But it gave me the awareness, the understanding, like, it's not because of anything personal. It's not anything besides, just how he was raised and his ignorance in being able to heal or grow from that. So what that experience gave me was, for the first time ever, I experienced forgiveness in my heart. And I was able to, actually, I went and I had a talk with my dad where I said, I forgive you for being a total piece of shit, because, and he was sober at the time, so it was a very good conversation, and I felt like that was a really transformative experience for me in my life. But now, like, you can forgive someone, but if they continue to do the thing, then you don't just say, oh, I forgave you, so I'm gonna put up with it. No. So he's cut out of my life for that reason. Continued action, even though I chose to forgive. So, if I had never experienced that level of awareness and mindfulness, one of the first times that I experimented with LSD, I would think differently about the drug, because I don't find it to be a drug. I find it to be a healing mechanism, truly a therapeutic tool, medicine, a healing mechanism, I was able to do self-work that I was not fully, I was still in denial of a lot of things, but becoming more in tune with myself and how I felt, and that led me to be able to do things in a more grown manner, in a mature way, and, to take a step back and observe and be more rational about my decisions. And that's how I feel when I take it. Very, like, rational, very, and I've experimented with different doses, large doses, small doses. Large doses are really intense, that's some, like, really deep, intense work smashed into one situation, opposed to, like, small doses, which can be more of a, an ease into the work. It is just, you have more of a presence of mind where you can just truly be aware of what is going around physically around you, opposed to, like, being lost in your mind. And at the end of it, you're going to have had an amazing transformative experience, but it is rapid fire. But where I have experienced a lot of trauma, that rapid fire is a little intense for me personally, and I have tried, and it just overwhelms me. I'm not saying people can't have really transformative experiences with those high doses, but for me personally, I need to ease into my healing, so I have to take micro doses, and that allows me to be more in a positive mindset throughout the whole duration, and to have it really obvious to me the state of mind that I'm in. I don't get lost in my trauma, pretty much. You know, I don't have a bad time because I'm just so lost in my own personal, you know, experience. But that happened a couple of days, not yesterday, a day before, you know, just having a really nice calm night, a lot of hooping, a lot of exercising, a lot of yoga, movement, just really nice, pleasant time, healing, a lot of self-growth, you know, and it's more of just I got dressed up, you know, I, like, did my makeup, and I got dressed up, and I was feeling myself, and I was, like, really vibing, and just self-love the whole night, just really feeling good. I'm, like, super cozy right now, because it's, like, 50 degrees out. Yeah, welcome to getting cold in Maine, and I really hope we're out of here before it gets too cold, because I'm not about it. But, you know, I've just been, like, really flawless. It's just trying to build myself up, and just really, really be proud of my vibe. And I am, like, I feel really rad right now. I feel really good about myself, really positive, really, just, like, this has probably been the longest consistent, positive, internal rhetoric I've had for as long as I've known. This has been the longest running, like, yeah, feeling good always. Except probably when I was pregnant. That was a really positive time internally for me. But, you know, in my own doing, definitely right now has been the most transformative in my inner world. You know, just really positive self-talk, really rational, really present, really in this moment, objective, not moving from my emotions. So it's been pretty consistent. And so I've microdosed twice since the beginning of October. So, like, you know, every 2 weeks or so, it seems to be a good treatment plan, truly. Clean eating has been going really well. I'm consistently doing yoga, so I've definitely seen improvement. My flexibility is getting much better. It's definitely having an increase of capacity of what I'm capable of doing. You know, my downward dog looks dope. Being able to just bend over and touch my toes really easier. More fluidity in my motions. I feel like I'm finding my hoop flow again. Like I'm finally tapping into that. And that just feels really good to see, like, definitely moving into that. Like, my skincare routine is getting better. You know, I've noticed a decrease in my, like, dark circles around my eyes. Taking vitamins and, like, really eating well has benefited. Journaling a lot, journaling every day, which just feels good. I feel like I'm finding my voice, my words. It's just coming easier. The self-expression is just, like, I have a lot I need to catch up on, but I feel my throat chakra healing. Like, it's healing. I feel all my chakras are starting to really come to a healing point. Last night, it was a really chill day yesterday, not much going on. But after, you know, the baby went to bed, my hubby and I traded massages. So that was really nice, just to have, like, self-care. You know, I went to school for massage therapy last year, but I was pregnant at the end, so, you know, I've taken a hiatus from actually getting my career going in that sense, because I'm a first time mother, and I graduated, and the month after I had my son. So I've just been healing and, really appreciating my son, being with my son all the time. Um, but I've still been like doing a few